What's going on, everyone? Connor on Chain. Gonna be giving you guys December's top picks for cryptocurrencies. There's not gonna be a set cap to how many I'm gonna be talking about today. I'm just gonna go through a few that I have very high conviction in. Just going into this coming bull run, and we're gonna dive right in. So let's get it. So number one, this is a crypto gaming project. I've covered it already multiple times. We got Warped Games right here. Warped Games is, in my opinion, going to be some sort of powerhouse of a sci-fi gaming studio. They got a lot of experience in Web 2, in Web 3 itself. And the chart, the chart has looked very healthy for what it is. A lot of people might look at a chart like this, see a pump, and it just completely dump and think that's, that's terrible, or, oh, the project's already dead. But if you've seen enough ICOs and a bunch of coins launch over the last couple of years, you understand how to play these out, and how to feel this out. And, catching a project like this, right around the bottom, anywhere in this area, I think it's a beautiful entry. But again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not a buy signal. Do not just buy this because I talk about it in a video. In my Patreon down here, we got in down here. I called this over here. And I think from here, this is going to just have a, long-term, just steady rise and grind, to the upside. Do I know where this could be headed? Personally, no, I don't exactly know. But I can imagine, easily from where it's at, a 10, 20, 25x, like nothing. In my opinion, this easily could be sitting in the couple 100 million market cap range, by the time the peak of the bull run hits. This is Warped Games. Like I said, they, from the creative minds behind Lego Universe, Jumpgate, Experience at Star Citizen, which, if you guys are familiar with Starlink, it's an actual Web3 project already, or the Starl Metaverse project. You can check that out too. Yeah, like I said, they got a lot going on. Warped Games is a gem, in my opinion. I really like it. Their team's very authentic. They're very, open to convo. They're honest about all the questions I've talked to them about in DMs and messages and Telegram. And for what I like, and for what I'm seeing, it looks good. Would not be surprised for this to pull, some random moves. But Warped is number one on my list. I really do like this project. I still think getting in low is it's a key factor, when it comes to big wins for long-term gains, which is mainly what we focus on here. That's what I spend my time doing every day. Is looking for the right projects that are going to have a ton of long-term value. So another one too that is actually a fairly new one that just launched. I don't even know if it's on. Oh, it's not. So we're going to talk about number two right here. We got Script Network. So this one is a very new one. It just launched, like I said. But again, the chart, in my opinion, still has a decent amount of time for downside to occur. I think it's still got at least a couple weeks to go. It's, in my opinion, it's following the same path as what Warped may follow, as in it came up, had its ICO, its launch, it's super hype. But it's it's trickling down. I expect this to just come down. And I think right around a penny, if volume is fading, if volume's slowing, I think for the long term, a project like Script, I don't think you can go wrong getting in down here. Now, if you're buying it 2 cents to 0.024 cents, I don't advise it. But if you're buying in here, just know that there's a heavy chance that this is going to just go down right from where it's at. Because like I said, I am expecting downside from here. So if you're just looking, if you're clicking this video, you're clicking on the 5 coins, 6 coins I talk about, whatever it is, just don't get burned. Please be safe and don't degen like a dumbass, alright? So Script is number 2. I think Script has a lot of potential. Just with I guess it's kind of an untapped narrative in my opinion. You know, there are some projects that are doing it, you know, just like live streaming / TV, you know, with with Web3 features and integrations like that, and a lot of blockchain integration. I think that's very slept on in my opinion. And I think with Script and their future and where they're headed and where they're going has a lot of upside. So Script, I think, at a bottom here, if it can bottom out, you know, even like I said, around a penny, half a penny, or half a penny is down here, which that's kind of pushing it in my opinion, but it could, you know. But I think anywhere at a bottom area is going to be generational wealth entry. And like I said, Script has a lot of potential. So this would be number 2 for December, even though this is not a project that I'm advising to just jump in right away. This is a top pick for me on my watch list, you know, that I'm going to allocate heavily into. So project number 3. Let's see what we got. Project number 3. You know, this one is actually going to be a BRC20 coin. I'm pulling up Genie data here. This one, you know, I've talked about on the channel multiple times as well, and I still have insane conviction in Ghosty Cash. Ghosty Cash is an anonymous, basically anonymous DEX in which you can transact, you know, between different BRC20 tokens and different BRC20s onto other chains. You know, I think Ghosty itself just has a lot of, you know, partnerships now. They have a partnership with Track, which Track on ordinals, if you're familiar with, are an absolute powerhouse in the ordinal space right now, or the BRC20 ecosystem space. But Ghosty still has a lot in the works, you know. They're still not listed, I don't think, on any like real major exchanges yet. I think they're on one right now, but I could be wrong. But no major exchange. I think eventually they're going to get listed because the volume is going to come. The use case is here. And, you know, it's consistently just being used and volume is just increasing. And the chart is just clean. Ghosty Cash, like I said, I think this is a literal long-term play, is I think a gem still. So this is one that's been on my radar for a long time. You know, I'm actually in this one. I've been holding it for, like I said, a long time. And that's what we got for number 3. You know, I just made a video kind of talking about a couple of these coins, but like I said, Ghosty is a powerhouse of a BRC20 coin in my opinion, and I don't really see that changing anytime soon. You know, and another coin is actually, yes, that's 3. That's 3 that we got here. Another pick that we got, I'm gonna bring up is you know, this is IXS. So this is IXS token, which is the IXS swap. Now, what is the IXS swap? The IXS swap is a, sorry, I'm like, so IXS, let me pull up the website here too. IXS is mainly going to be the go-to DEX for RWA assets, you know, and security tokens, and they want to be the go-to Uniswap for RWAs. You know, it's a super interesting project with a lot of upside potential. You know, even at like where prices are sitting now, you know, around 34 million. You know, I wouldn't be surprised for this to come down a little bit, to have some more downside. You know, but I really like IXS for the RWA narrative. It's definitely a top pick of mine. You know, I always talk about IXS, you know, Acquirify, that's another huge one in my opinion. We got Soil, that's another massive one that I cover a lot. Those are, you know, 3 really good ones, and Revest Finance is another major one. But, you know, IXS has just been on my radar heavily for a while too, and this is starting to become one of my favorite RWA coins, like in the whole market right now. So this would be number 4 on the list. I think 4, 5, 4. That's definitely a powerhouse of a play in my opinion. You know, another one here too that I'm gonna bring up. This is gonna be number 5, which, you know, I've talked about it many times on the channel. Oh my god, can I type today? Ori chain. Ori chain, in my opinion, is huge. And don't even look at this over here, because this to me makes no sense. I don't understand that. I think that's completely wrong and off. But look at this lag. That's crazy. But Ori chain is like it's a layer 1 in which it offers a ton of different, like, you know, AI tools in which anyone and everyone are free to use. You can use them, and you know they offer a lot of different, like I said, AI tools, and it's just a whole ecosystem that's being built out here with Ori chain. It's, you know, I think it really does have a ton of potential in the long term. And the social sentiment too, you know, we got a lot of different people that are always talking about it, and I think that's really bullish. Like, I usually try to cover projects that, you know, a lot of people, if any people, even cover. But Ori chain has just been one on my radar. Yeah, there we go. Like, that froze for a while. But like I said, Ori chain's been on my radar since, you know, close to the bottom here, around maybe $2-3. And I think this is going to be one of the top, probably 5 to 10 AI coins in this coming bull run once it really hits. You know, because I feel like, and personally I feel underexposed to a lot of AI projects. Been doing a lot of AI research too on certain projects, but you know, there's a lot of just, I want to say, like, just bogus projects. You know, a lot of them just have like some dumbass utilities here, but it really is hard to kind of weed through a lot of good ones versus bad ones. Because like I said, there's a lot of really trash ones out there that, you know, they want to claim all this and that, but you know, they're just not doing that. So Ori chain itself, I just, you know, I have very high conviction in this project. You know, it is getting up there in market cap. You know, when I first started talking about it, I think it was anywhere between 20 million to 30 million. You know, that's when I was preaching everyone, like, if you're looking at it, you know, jump in. But you know, it is still getting up there, but you know, I think on any sort of correction in the long term, this is going to be an absolute gem to be holding and a gem to just be in. So that's what we got for Ori. So that's kind of 5 right here. I'm trying to think if there's any other, you know, super gem, in my opinion, that I want to see, or I want myself to bring up here. Yeah, you know what? At the current moment, this is kind of what I got. Another, you know, I'm just gonna throw this in because I'm feeling good. It's Christmas, you know, right around Christmas time. This, again, not financial advice, do your own research, but another interesting AI project that I've had on my radar now for a while is actually WEBAI. This one, again, please do your research. You know, this is mainly a Telegram bot integrating into a full-out actual platform, you know, for basically building websites through text prompts and stuff like that. You know, they recently they're working now with NVIDIA on their, I always say it wrong, I don't think it's, not incubation, but Inception program, NVIDIA Inception program. You know, it's kind of interesting. It's not like I don't think it's going to be an insane, I don't even know how to explain it, but it is a pretty cool partnership to have with NVIDIA. They're also partnered now with Shopify too in a lot of their back end, so you can actually use WebAI's APIs in the back end in Shopify, which is pretty cool, you know, to help build out websites and stuff like that. So yeah, this one's just, it's a fairly new project too, but I think for in the long term, just long term, like, holding and conviction, you know, this really could be something. And I'm gonna say it one more time: do your own research on this project. The ticker is WebAI. You know, the website here is websiteai.io. And I always record, you guys can't see my search bar, so I'm going to just type it out for you somewhere. So let's go to, I'm going to type it out. Websiteai.io. If you guys want to look into it, check this one out. Websiteai.io, that's the website. And that's, that's kind of what I got for you guys. This I wouldn't throw in my December picks, but this is a, lower cap that I've been watching heavily. But yeah, I'd say those 5 that I talked about are huge. I think great projects just overall for the long term. In mainly every single narrative that I like to cover. So bottom line, I appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.